tournament works. The 3 and the 6 then meet in the second round. And you want to talk about passionate fan bases. You want to talk about teams that have high aspirations, high hopes for winning the title. That's Illinois, Kentucky. Feels like, I don't know what the second round record is for, television ratings, but those fan bases can break it.
Where's that game?
Milwaukee.
Yep.
I mean, that crowd
is going to be amazing.
There might be some fights in the stands for that one, because those are two of probably the top 5 craziest fan bases in America.
Yeah. And,
you're talking about an Illinois team that has kind of been Jekyll and Hyde for most of the year, and they look terrific tonight. Boswell looked great. Ivicic looked great. Obviously, Will Riley was terrific. This was a really impressive performance against a talented Xavier team that hasn't been great this year, but still, this was a really good win for them to feel good about themselves, to get some momentum, and a lot of their players that needed it to get some confidence going to this next game against a Kentucky team that doesn't overwhelm you. And the one thing I still worry about with Kentucky right now is Lamont Butler. He still hasn't looked for his own shot. And I worry about this Kentucky. I really think Illinois wins this game. And I think they could win it by double figures, Joe. I really do. I worry about this Kentucky team because they're so dependent right now on Ortega Owe.
Yep, and I agree. I definitely agree with that. First off, it's going to be an amazing atmosphere up in Milwaukee. 2 great fan bases, both sometimes a little bit delusional. But that's a good thing in college basketball. That's a good thing in college basketball. They'll travel. They'll pack that place out. Illinois, this is a huge win for them tonight. Like you said, just for confidence purposes. They've been up and down all year. But the reason that when we've seen their highs, and they've looked better probably than just about any other team when they're playing at a high level. They're making shots, and those guys got it working. And right now, we can't just throw that to the side and say they're gonna go right back to the old Illinois team, because right now they play good against a decent Xavier team, not a great team, but a decent team. And we all know that Kentucky has had some struggles as well too. Obviously, they got the injury issues. Yep. It'll be interesting for me to see what they do matchup wise. That's kind of what I'm looking forward to at that game. Does Boswell take Butler, their best perimeter defender?
Yep.
Does Illinois?
I think you got
double bigs with Merez to kind of nullify some of the size with Kentucky with Carr and Williams. Do they put him in Ivicic out there at the same time more? Like I think it'd be an interesting game.
I think you have to put Boswell on Ortega Owe. And this is why.
I agree.
Kentucky in their last 8 games is 5-3. In the 3 losses, Ortega Owe had 8 points in the SEC tournament against Alabama. They lost 4 points in the loss to Auburn at home, 2 points in the loss at Alabama before that. In the 5 wins in that stretch, 28 points, 24 points, 22 points, 27 points, and then 20 points today.
That's crazy.
You have to stop him. Like that is the guy. Right? That is the guy that you got to slow down. That is the guy that you have to attack if you're Illinois, and that's the guy you got to take out of it.
And Boswell on Butler.
I mean, I think that you don't really have to guard him.
Under.
Yeah, you don't really have to guard Butler at this point because
he's injured. Offense end too.
But I also don't know. So I mean, Jarrell, you could probably speak to this a little bit better than I could. Boswell has moments where he looks great defensively.
Yeah,
where he looks like one of the best on-ball defenders that you're going to find. Boswell also has moments where it's like, okay, I don't know if he's locked in. I don't know if he's engaged. And that would be the one concern that I have. And just real quick, Goodman said he thinks that Illinois could win this game by double figures. They absolutely could. Illinois could also lose this game by double figures. And I don't think anybody would be like, that's why
I'm not getting on the Illini bandwagon because like, I can't do that to myself.
I am.
No,
I'm back.
Because I watch.
They're back. I'm back in. I'm all the way back in.
I see how mentally he has dealt with this season. And like I don't understand how
nice was it to see him so happy with this win though? It was happy with this
lose,
win.
Even if
So
at the
happy
end
with
of the
this
first
win.
half, it's like a 2-point game
They
until
were
the final
confident.
possible
They were
shot.
confident.
Look at this is why we need to producer Kim. If you guys could
The
see the
smile.
smile on Trevor Valise's
Never
face
seen Trevor
right
smile.
now.
He came on
He's
air.
great. He's
I'm pretty
kicked
sure
back.
this is the
He
first-
came on the show.
Think about
He
it.
came on the show.
Connor never stopped smiling. And Trevor's never smiled before tonight.
I'm glad we don't drug test at Field 68 because he's on some shit over there.
No doubt.
I don't know what it is.
No doubt, Connor. We got to.
I think this game. I don't know if it has opened. I think it opens as a pick'em. I do, and I think I would basically. I mean, based on what I saw today, I would bet Illinois as a pick because I think Illinois they win more matchups in this game. They just do. I mean,
But what if the game comes down to a one-possession game? And we just saw Kentucky in that game in the SEC
I still
tournament.
like
And
Illinois.
Jeff, you were there. Like like in the SEC tournament, where Kentucky's got their back against the wall, but they're in a close game. Illinois, when's the last time they were in a close game and they won?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Kentucky's been in a lot of them. They've been in a lot of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
I will
Like,
say this.
We're in the
In a
tournament
lot
right
of them,
now.
they won. They had a guy named Jackson Robinson.
that's exactly right.
And
That's
they
exactly
had a
right.
healthy Lamont
That's
Butler.
exactly right.
He didn't even look for a shot at all today.
No, they know.
I don't think he
Yeah.
can shoot.
He can't.
I think right now
Well, he couldn't
probably
shoot when he was
goes
healthy.
against his shoulder.
He could shoot when he was healthy.
Well, no, he could.
Not
That was the
really.
big thing. Yeah, early this season he did.
Yeah.
That was the big difference. That's why they
Yeah.
won a lot of those.
He's
games.
clearly gutting it out because
He
he
had a
wants
game-
to help,
He had a game that he came out with us. He had like 29 points.
But I just feel like 1 through 8. Like you tell me which matchup is Kentucky winning? You tell me because I get Will Riley to take it away.
Murray, like the 5-man matchup, they
But-
could win. With
Okay.
physicality,
Yeah,
they could
absolutely.
win.
Yeah, but it's also that happens.
He's gonna Avicic is gonna bring Amari out.
If Avicic can make shots,
He's gonna
We've
bring him
seen-
out anyway because you have to
yes,
respect
you
him.
have to. But here,
they
the
can
only
play
thing,
Garrison. They
the
can
on-
play Garrison.
the only thing that I
We
would
got
say,
options.
the only thing I would say is that's true of every single game that Illinois has played this entire season, and they have
That's true.
22 and 11,
That's true. I mean, that's
23 and 11.
That's you're right.
Yeah.
They're like this.
That's
Yeah.
100%.
That's
But you know
why
what?
you don't know.
I am officially,
Kentucky's more consistent, obviously.
I'm officially all the way back in.
Oh, no.
They are back. Illinois is back. I am officially
He's stamped.
all the way back
He's
in.
stamped.
I don't think you're
I'm
allowed.
all the way back in.
I don't think
It's